how do you improve on the best? Bugatti tried to answer that question here at the 2016 Geneva Motor Show with the launch of the Veyron successor, the Chiron.
We looked at what we had, for example, the suspension. We put in the suspension now 4 different drive modes, and with the drive mode we have electric steering, we control the damping, we control the ESP and the gearbox and the engine. So you have 4 different cars in one. You have like an Audi A8 and you have like a Formula 1 car. And for example, in the handling mode now you can drift the car in a controlled manner, which was quite hard before with the Veyron. With this beast, this is possible.
Talk us through some of the new features of the Chiron.
After 10 years of Veyron, and Veyron was the best car on the market, the fastest car, the most exclusive, we had the challenge, or we took the challenge to make the best even better. And that was a fantastic thing to do, to give the car even more performance, make it more exclusive, increase the top speed, the acceleration and the materials and design of it.
What are the technical specifications of the Chiron?
The Chiron has a 8-liter combustion engine with 2 turbos on both sides. We increased the size of the turbos by 40%, and it has 8 liters of capacity. It has 1,500 horses, and it has a torque of 1,600 Newton meters.
Were there any decisions made in the development of the Chiron that were particularly, that you think are particularly interesting or unusual?
I think what is particularly interesting is when we added the power, we added 25% to already the highest power in the market. The question was, how can we avoid to have the turbo lag? And we invented the Bugatti turbo management, which means that one turbo kicks in right at the beginning and it gives you the full performance, the 1,600 Newton meters right away at 1,900 to 2,000 revs, and then at 3,700 revs the second turbo kicks in, and then you have it all the way from 2,000 to 6,000, the full power.
It sounds very precise. How much trial and error goes into a process like that?
There's a lot of testing involved. We right now have 30 cars which we are testing in all kinds of different setups and circumstances, and there's a lot of trial and error, of course, but also simulation before we really build it into the real car.
The Veyron came out 10 years ago, and you have been developing the Veyron. When did development on the Chiron actually start? About
4.5 years ago. We started, and as I said, it was really a big job to make the best even better. And the engineers, they took that challenge, and I think they did a fantastic job. And if you drive both cars, which we did, and you have them on a racetrack, and you go full throttle, then this car feels like a bullet. Even though the Veyron is a very fast car, this is even another dimension.
At what point did you decide to give it a different name rather than just make it a different Veyron?
From the very beginning, because this is a completely new car. 92% of all the parts of this car are completely new developed, and we wanted to give the new car a new name. And the name of the car is Chiron, and the name comes from Louis Chiron. Louis Chiron was one of our works pilots. He was a monogas race driver in the late 20s and 30s, and he was the first one to win the Formula 1 race in Monaco, and he won many races for us, and that's why we named the car after him.
The Veyron was also a racing driver, that's why that was called Veyron.
Exactly, yes, yeah. Jean-Pierre Veyron was a famous racing driver for us as well.
So what advances in technology have allowed you to build the Chiron?
New materials and the usage of materials, the stiffness of carbon fiber, and the way you can use carbon ceramic, for example, in the brakes. I think the aerodynamics and further development of aerodynamics had made this possible. So we used everything that was in the Volkswagen group and made this even a step better.
Now you've limited production to 500 units, that's right?
That's right.
Is that fixed, or are you planning to increase production if demand is high enough?
This is fixed, and it is important if you produce such an exclusive car to have a fixed volume, because the value of the car also depends on the demand. And we want to keep it scarce, and we want to have a higher demand than we can offer cars to have an increasing value. And for the Veyron, this is working very well for us. The cars are now significantly over the original sticker price.
How much is the Bugatti Chiron?
It's 2.4 million is the base price, and in average we have between 250 and 350,000 euros uptake on options on every car.
What's the future for Bugatti and the Chiron?
I think the future is bright. We have sold 1/3 of the entire production run already before market introduction. So the car really sees a fantastic market, a great demand.
Where are you taking it next?
We're taking it end of the month to New York. We have a nice event at Christie's, and there we have our East Coast customers invited, and after that we have another event in Monaco and then Pebble Beach.
The Chiron has an impeccable pedigree, and it will be very interesting to see if it lives up to the title of Veyron's successor. That's it from us. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like that video, go to our website, dukascopy.tv, to find more exclusive content.